Right, there we go. Okay, hello to anybody who's joining me. I am doing some tinkering. The noise is the air conditioner, okay? It's on cold because it's too goddamn hot. So, there you go. Pause my documentation for a bit as well. Wave away a fly. Right, just adjusting my audio levels. I've got my stream management tool running over here, you see, so this is all very exciting. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't hear me, I'm very sorry. That's going quite quick. Okay, so today I need to fix up some animations that are broke. They say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's broke. So, what I have is, I keep a test room here. And this is basically where I do any adjustments because it's not as distracting as the main level. And I'm going to go into my Lighthouse animations, and I've got all sorts of animations here that I need to probably separate out. So, new folder, and I'm going to call this Malin. Make a new folder and call this Jack. And a new folder and call this Bill. Now then, we don't see Bill very often, but I've been working on some stuff for him too, because you are Bill. So there we go, there's Bill. And I don't know why I've got dashes in here. I don't have them as my naming standard. There's no reason for it, so I like to have my naming standard literally standard. Okay, and fix that one as well. Jack, napping, animation, main. Just gives me an idea of what these are, and they're reusable this way, you see. Malin, kitchen, telling story. I'll just change the name to sitting, telling story. Eventually that one's going to be changed. I don't want to keep that one too much. Hello watcher, how are you? I don't want to keep that one going for too long the way it is. Okay, so I need to quickly update the title of my stream. So this is version let's see, 8.14, fixing some animation and other bits needed. Well, bits needed isn't a good word, is it? In UE4. There we go, that's what I'm doing. Click update. Right. Go away, fly. No one wants you there. Okay, so first of all, Malin's sitting, so I'll just drag him in. Now, as you can see, he's T-posing at the minute, which is cool. Don't want him T-posing though. He will stop that soon enough when I do this. Now, maybe you can see some problems, maybe you can't. I think you probably can. I'm just going to double click on him, and this opens up my animation here in my animation sequence. Okay. Now, I'm just going to stop it, and I'm going to look for some most egregious arm positioning. So that's like this. Okay. And I need to see if I can fix the arm. Now, if we look, he's sitting really far back as well, which I'm not too sure about. So I'm going to see if I can just bring him forward a bit. I don't want to make it look like he's damaging himself, so I'll probably just curve him a little bit. Now, I am by no means Bay Rate, okay? You are not going to see, like, high quality animation here, so I am sorry. But hopefully we'll be able to fix him up a little bit. There we go. So, kind of getting there. I think I need to fix this root. I can't just twist the pelvis because everything will twist if I do that. What I can do is just go out here. Life. The problem I've got, you see, is that this was just kind of a throwaway mocap, and it's one that I'm probably not going to use very much more. But for the moment, it will do. Right. I'm going to sit him forward a bit more, okay? as kind of goes with his military bearing, if you know what I mean. And up here the head there. Okay, so staring straight ahead, and let's put it at that angle. Okay, so now you'll notice that he's leaning forward Donald Trump style there, but that's correcting the what I'd done earlier, and you can see he's like leaning forward more now, and that's correct as well. Now these, obviously, you can see where we've got some problems. He's really got very, very low shoulders, okay, low and forced forward. So let's put his shoulders back a little bit too. Again, this is probably more to do with the mocap, but to be honest, mocap and fixing mocap is kind of what we have to do anyway, so that shouldn't be an issue. There we go. You can't just really use it off the shelf and go to yourself, oh, I wonder why that doesn't work, because it won't. Don't want to shuffle his arms too much. Okay, so that's about right. Now you see his arms are kind of crossing over a bit too much there as well. Let's just bring those out. And I can see that I can maybe move them back a bit. And I'll do the same on this side. Okay, and that way we're getting less of a kind of a chicken wing situation here. Now, if we look, they're too far back here. Definitely too far back. Really swinging around his shoulders a bit there, so I'll just average these a bit more. Let's just bring these in like that. And this one. Okay, and you can tell when it's not quite as screwy because it's not intersecting as hard. Okay, so the left arm's starting to look okay. I think I can see what the problem is with this now, so I'm going to take it back to there, but I'm not going to reset his DT pose, if you know what I mean. I want to try something a bit radical here. You see, I'm dealing with a third-party piece of software that controls a lot of things, and yes, I think this is where we're getting it, you see. If I just take the bones off, so show, character bones, none. Oh, 4 people. Hello, 4 people. So now you can kind of see, okay, that angle is kind of fixing things a bit. I mean, the shoulders aren't right. You can see that, but we'll fix those now. So, bones and all again. And I think we can see just here, I can just click on it. Probably not. There we go. So that's our clavicle. And our clavicle is really squeezed in here. I'm just going to move that out a little bit. Move that out a little bit. Let's give him some space, you see. Slightly broader shoulder. Now we can see there his arm is swept forward a bit too much there, so it's intersecting. Again, that is going to come down to the, hang on. Why don't you let me, there. Again, that'll come down to the motion capture data really, and the way it's been interpreted, because it hasn't been fixed. So I've moved that 15 degrees, and I'm going to use that as a signal that I can move this one 15 degrees. Okay. Now we can see here that we have crumply weird arm going on. Now if this is just for like literally a individual frame, great. But I think we need to probably raise these. See where these are? Now if I just pull them up, pardon me, there. thing in my mouth. If I just pull those up, as you can see, they're not really going to work the way I want them to. His shoulders are kind of okay, apart from the whole kind of hands up baby. And he's done all chumply. Let's have a look at that there. Does that go through his head? Yeah, it's going behind it as well. That's not good. Turn that around. Whoa, did you see that? Okay, let's go around. So I'm pretty sure if you look from the top, you'll see that we've got some more weirdness going on. Right, so we've got the point. Let's have a look at the point. His arm comes back. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's quite far back, but we can probably... Let's check the angle on that. Don't move it like that, no. Maybe 5 degrees. If we're moving that one 5 degrees, can I get away with moving this one 5 degrees? Yes, okay. Go away, fly. We didn't invite you here. Okay, pointing that way, grabbing himself. Look at the size of that fish. Waving his arm. Okay, let's look at this now. I can see there are some issues here, and I want to see if I can just fix them. With the clavicle. I'm wondering if this bone might be a little bit too long. No, it looks okay. Like I say, it's like YMCA. It's holding his hands like right out like that. Remember, if you've got a question, by the way, you pop it down here. Whoa, scary ghost. Okay, let's have a look at the bones. None. Hey, lady. Oh, hand. Come. Oh. Oh. That arm. I mean, if you look at the way they're like coming down like that, that's not nice. Okay, bones, all hierarchy. Try raising the old shoulder, shall we? .30 degrees. There we go. Let's see how that works out. And this one can go up 30 degrees as well. That's the wrong one, silly. Now if we look, whoa, I'm a zombie. We've got some madness going on here. I'm going to lower this arm here by 30 to compensate, if I may. I've had a suspicion for a while that it could be the clavicle causing some issues here. Oh, keep away. Oh no, it's bladders if you're moving okay. I did. Aha. Stop. Rewind. Play. Stop. Finally. We are getting somewhere. Now his shoulders are nice, broad, firm, I like them. Now we need to teapot. 4. 1, 3, 4, and this one. That's 20 degrees, by the way. 4. You see how much better that looks when it's standing like that? Much stronger looking capture, much less like beaten. Now that arm. There. Let's have a look at how crossed over it is. Now I think that could be my fault in the mocap, however, I'm going to see if we can just angle it slightly. Maybe just 10 degrees. No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm going to put this arm down a bit more now. And I think I need to lower the clavicle. And on here. See this is just advanced tinkering. That's all we're doing, we're just tinkering. Let's have a look at the scary pose. Whoa. That arm's too far forward, I'm sure of it. Let's just fix this translation. So I think that's the mistake I made. I overemphasised the movement on that arm in the motion capture. I mean, this will do for the time being, but I'm going to have to fix it up. Okay, that's fine. At least we know what the problem is now. The eye, the clavicle. Okay, so I need to make a note of the pieces that I've moved, but I believe I'm going to move the clavicle probably 50 degrees and angle it outward. Isn't this exciting? Hope you're having fun. I am. Coca-Cola. Right. Probably just the skeleton, actually. What if I pose? slightly. Right, now these clavicles. Raise his shoulders a bit. He's a proud man, you see. Proud. Back is currently arching. Lean in his spine. Much better. Go away, fly, you're not allowed in here. Modify pose, use currents. High pose, show pose, high pose, show pose. Save. Pose. Getting there, his arms look like they need raising another 10% or so there. Back to the skeleton. I'm going to make sure that we're raising this proper. 10 degrees. I'm going to raise this up 10 degrees and all. Never select the right bit. Should be a little less likely by the second. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, and modify pose. Use current pose. Save. There's Marilyn telling a story. Nearly there, but the rotation on the arms, which is downwards, needs to go back as well, I think. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's easily rectified. So, if I go here and select this, I'm going to rotate this 10 degrees that way, and that will affect the overall rotation of the arm. Make sure that its skeleton is doing as it should. Modify pose, use current pose, save. Okay, I've redone the skeleton now. So we have a lot more room now on the front compared to what we had, which was that. So that's SK Captain Epic Skeleton. Let's see. The terrible things I've done to it for all the other animations. Hey, thinking. Talking. Not doing much. Working at the blacksmith's. See ya. I know. That's mine. I'm Elvis Presley. God, look at me now. You got yourself a deal.
Alright.
Come on, the Rangers. Cool. Oh, you smell terrible. Good. Okay, those are all working fine. Next. Save. Now I'm going to re-import some of my things. So there's Malin sitting, who's telling a story. And Anims, Jack Prototype, Captain M. I think I need this folder. I'll delete it soon. Okay, I'm going to do an import. Desktop. Like on. So there's Malin explaining stuff. Where's Malin explaining? There it is. No. Right, so here's Malin explaining. I think I have Bones showing. No, right, so. Character. Bones. All. Okay, so preview animation. Malin explaining. Okay, so these are just the bones. And you can see what he should be doing. Now, there's Malin explaining his animation sequence. This is the one. Retarget the skeleton. I'm going to the SK Captain Epic Skeleton here to retarget it. See that? That twist in the arm there is definitely not okay. Ooh. Ooh dear. Okay, goodbye Malin. I think his arms have got too much mad stuff going on. Thank you, Sahul Zima. I'm very pleased to have you on the channel. I hope I've pronounced that right, correctly. I knew a few Sohils, but you're Sohul? Anyway, pleasure to meet you. Deletion takes forever. Oh, yikes. Is this finally deleted yet? Also, it's cool enough now, I'm going to turn the aircon off. God, I love air conditioning. I'm going to do a quick demonstration on cube mapping because a good chum of mine, 3D Palace and CG Pirates Discord moderator Alan, is doing some Unreal Engine stuff, which is fantastic. Oh, there it goes. Just going to have a look at my skeleton again, because I'd done terrible things to it, to be honest. And I think it's mostly my fault for being weirdly posed while I was doing my animations. Anyway, Malin sitting, telling a story. Let's go to a skeleton. Doopy 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 doop skeleton. Right. I'll rotate the arm back. This is what I like about Unreal Engine, you know, it's like really harking me back to the good old days of where, like, what are you doing there, buddy? I have no idea. Does it work? I don't know. Have you read the manual? Huh? Just looking puzzled all the time. There. Needs to be about the same height, don't we? Does help if they're kind of similar to each other. Take it to about there. There we go. Now I'm going to take this to front. Okay, left. Give me a chance to look at the bones and see what they're doing, make sure I've kind of got them even, and I have. So, use current pose, save. Right. Deary, deary me. Right, next. Not sure if Alan was coming to visit. No, he seems to have logged off. Bugger, never mind. Okay, so I've got Bill sitting here. What's up, Bill? Yeah, Bill's animation's a lot tidier. And again, I put that down to basically me and the way that I did this. It'd be nice if I could get more emotion on Bill's face, but you know what? I'm an indie developer. I don't have a million hours to do that. Okay, Jack Fisher. Using the same animation. Napping. See that arm? Slowly floats into his body. Gone. So what have we learned from this? Mocap requires you to use some decent arm motion. So I am going to put a note in my workbook. So I'm going to need to my Google Docs. There's my wiki versioning. Remove excess deer for day one. Yep. Okay, so this is 14.8. Because my versioning is just the date, to be honest. Fixes to do. Record the motion capture for Malin in the kitchen and Jack having a nap, and this time don't just rush it and use the first damn take. There we go, that seems reasonable. Next, LUTs and stuff. So I'll just save my workroom, and I am going back to my recent level for day 1. There we go. Play an editor session. Oh shit. Yeah. Done. Pardon my swears. Do you remember I'll be teaching in the Netherlands through September and October? Various classes. I've got a feeling they're all booked out. But, you know, that's what happens really when people advertise free courses. Oh, excellent. My 3D print is done. I'm glad. Because that's my stand for my iPad. Okay, now, as you can see, this is why I don't really work in this window too much if I can help it. It's extremely busy. And yes, I do have various kind of, what do you call it? Not layers, groups and things, but right. Now, if I come over here and I want the cinematics, there we go, is that the right one? Day level sequence kitchen. Don't loop, play 1. Just browse to that, that's in my sequences. Okay, that's fine. Now, cinematics, actors, blah 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 blah, binding overrides. Additional receivers, cool. Now, perspective, no cinematic viewport. Yep. Right, I need to edit a level sequencer. It's not that one. Is it that one? Probably. Okay. So I'm literally nowhere near. Hey. Whee, there we go. Just come over here. There's my camera. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted access to this camera, because I couldn't remember what the LUT I was using was, and it's cold isolation, which is great. So now I can go down to my post-process volume, you see, which is probably just down here because it's unbound. And under miscellaneous, I've got LUT Steam at the moment, which I didn't really like, and I do have plenty of LUTs to choose from, because I've bought some really nice ones actually. And in the Amplify LUT, now you want one that says cold, don't you? Here we are, cold isolation. Plop. Much better. See, it washes out the colour, makes it look much more bleak and cold. Perfect. Okay, I may change my mind on this, but for the minute I really kind of wanted this look. It just puts everything to a very stark kind of look, and I can change it on a fairly regular basis should I need to, which is cool. Even the lights don't really give too much warmth, they're just cold. Lovely, love that. Okay, close that out. Now then, I did say I was going to show how to do some cube mapping. So, I'm going to be using cube mapping for some of the weirder kind of non-Euclidean parts, because they enable you to do stuff that you just wouldn't be able to otherwise. So I'm going to go to recent levels, back to test room, and I'll just make a quick note on my versioning. Done. And I've just got this on another screen, changed LUT. There we are. Right, I love using Google Docs. If you're a solo developer, Google Docs and Trello, that's what you want to be using. Hey Lothar, 1812, I presume that isn't your date of birth. If it is, congratulations on being the oldest person in the world. Apart from Donald Trump's wig maker. Okay, I am going to show how to do some cube mapping, just for people who haven't seen it before. Okay, cube mapping is great. Now, what I'm going to do to save a little bit of time is I have my blueprints for the bothies, and I'm going to use those. So, blum, 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 blum. Here we are, it's probably under blueprints. Village houses, here we are, village house. So I'll just plot myself a nice village house there, and I'm going to give it windows, front, no divider, let me see, a roof and a chimney stack. I think the chimney stack possibly overrides that window, so there, do that. Okay, so this is how we get like this straight away, and I'm going to use this for my cube map. So if I go over here and just type in the word cube, okay, you can see I've got scene capture cube just here. I'm just going to drag it into my scene and get this to round about the height of my eyes. So you're looking at about maybe 150 units up, 1.5 meters roughly. But I'm just winging it, you know. So there you go. And just to make this look a little bit more, there we go. I'm just going to put these around it so there's something outside the windows, because it will pick that up. Right, so now all I need to do is capture my texture target. UI designer. Not off the top of my head, although you could try asking in my Facebook group, which is fb.com/CG Pirates. If you ask in there, I'm sure someone will point you to it. UI designers and UX designers are a pretty exciting breed, to be honest. Okay, now anyway, in my texture target, I'm selecting cube render target. Okay, create new asset. It'll say, hey, where do you want to make this asset? So I'll go to my Lighthouse, and I don't have anything for cube maps, but such is life. Let's find something, let me see. Documents, assets, standing stones, AI, the seal, the tower. I'll stick it in tower, there we go, because I've already got some cube maps in there where I've been experimenting. I'm going to call this the Bothy Cube Map, okay, 1, because who knows how many I may make in the future. And click save. So you can see it there, okay, and if I just zoom to it, there's our cube map. I'll just double click on it, it should open it. Okay, so you can see it's already built our cube map for us. And if I right click on this, I can create a static texture. There you go. And that's created a suitable texture map for us. Okay, so why go to this effort? Well, let's get rid of these. Okay. Now I have this cube, which I'm going to put here, and it's 1 meter, so I'm going to make it 4 by 4 by 4. Okay. And let's just say that, you know, you want to give the impression of geometry even though there is none there. So I'm going to just quickly bring this up so it's there. That way it's over the grid, not under it. You can't just drag this cube map to here. That's not going to work. What you have to do instead is I'm going to right click and make a material. Okay, I'm going to call this cube map demonstration. And I'm going to open up my cube map. And if I just yoink, reduce the size of it a bit so I can get down here to all my lovely, lovely tools. And I'm just going to bring this down too. There we go. I'm going to bring my cube map texture, which is just here, Bothy cube map texture, and just grab it and drag it here. Now, this is just a texture as far as Unreal Engine is concerned. It doesn't know what to do with it. It doesn't know why it's here. And if I plug it into something, it's just going to make a mess. So what I need to do is right click and just type cube and grab the interior cube map. Okay, it takes a second to load. It's probably quite chunky. And I'm going to throw that into my UVs. Okay, and you'll see we get 4x4 now. Mad. And then I'm going to drag this into my emissive colour, like so. Pop that there, and click save. Okay, I'm going to close that. Link. And now back to this box. I'm just going to drag my cube map demonstration here to it. And now you can see that we have 4 rooms inside here, okay? So you can see we've got our door, we've got our like weirdly perspectived thing going on in here, you know? But we put it onto the emissive channel because that way it's kind of producing light. It's not emitting it, but it's making it look like it's producing it, which is obviously what we're after. Right, now let's say we don't want 4x4, we only want 1x1. So I'm going to go here where it says UVs, V2, right click and promote it to a parameter. Okay, and now I can bring this over here. Now, that's not really any use to me. It's going to be a lot easier if I just click 1 and drag it to here. Okay, and now if I open this, set my preview mesh, you can see that I'm getting this weird, insane thing here, which is quite cool, but I'm going to set the value to 1. And save. Let's see what's happened here. Well, we've got this really weird geometry going on here. Let's take this instead and put it to tiling. There we go. Now, as you can see, we have the cube map with a single room working. Now, the good thing about this is that if I was to go over here and just type plane, the plane master, and just turn this over, yoink, 4x4x4. Okay, not that, you know, the Z depth makes any damn difference here, but there you go. Whee! Okay, let's get rid of the cube because it's distracting. And now you can see that we have this, ooh, see what I mean? It's like a portal to another world in there. Fantastic. Right, so that's my handy dandy guide to making yourself a simple cube map. I'm going to be doing some stuff on making things a little bit more interesting and complicated because I need to build this tower for later on in my game, and the tower needs to have loads of cells like this, and it needs like windows and bars and stuff, so it's going to be quite an interesting what do you call it? Quite an interesting kind of set of materials and blueprints. I'm going to need to come up with that, so I'm pretty sure you'll probably enjoy it. Anyway, for the meantime, you take care. Remember to be nice to each other, okay? Be nice to each other. And remember, you don't get nothing for doubles. Not in this game. Okay, take care, loves. Take